them, of course, 2 and 1. Very difficult score. They have to get 2 wins to have a shot at getting in the top 8, which will pass on after the 5th week of this tournament. Out of 208 runners, so we will lose about 200 runners.
Getting top 8 at 200 runners, that's not an easy feat. Looks like we're already doing opposite routes here. I think that was
and
nice
there's the gloves! Whoa! It's a very fast find.
That's nice to have early.
Oh, it opens up a couple of locations. Here we have BT taking the standard route to escape. And we'll get to see the tier 1 triple here soon.
Gamercal is just kind of going retro opening here. Sanctuary to, I guess, tree pull, bush crab, and it looks like he'll check lumberjack while he's up here.
Oh yes, it's always good information to have. That shows whether Aga will be required or maybe not. There could of course be other reasons why it would be required.
Yeah, of course. It's a little disappointing that BT couldn't find a bomb on his first journey to check Uncle right now, because that would have been really cool just to have one bomb, because he gets his glove here and he could have immediately went to graveyard. So.
Oh yes, early bombs are so hard to get by, but they're so amazing. You need 3 or 4 bombs to get through Kakariko, and then 1 more for the back of escape.
Yeah. That's why you kind of often see the just the south route, just because you have the 50-50 bush bombs, where they farm them on the guards consistently. But looks like they're both sticking with the north to south route here a little early.
And we have a key in the Thieves' Hut to Ganon's Tower.
All right. No. So an early prediction, they might be using those keys to look for items later. We can only hope, right?
Or even the GT big key itself.
Nice. I hope so.
And we're not seeing an awful lot of items next to these gloves here.
That's an early blue mail. That's nice for safeties. However, it kind of depends on how long you're left without the mirror. It can kind of be a hindrance if you're interested in death warping to save a little time.
Oh yes. Death warps can be very nice in order to get back, especially in the castle. I've seen it a lot, where you go from Zelda cell straight back to do the dark part of sewers.
Yeah, it's definitely really handy there. But
gamercal taking the gamble. Going down Blighthunt without bombs.
It's not even really too much of a gamble, because he doesn't have money to even buy bombs, so I guess,
that is true. He does now.
That'll help, though.
Finding a big 300 in Blind's Hut.
300, a shield and a piece of heart. Probably was hoping to find a bomb drop there. He'll have to at least not forget that item.
And there's the bow!
Ooh, alright.
That's... This seed is giving some trolley items right at the start.
That's some good value there. Oh, did BT get a 300 drop from Uncle? He must have. I don't know where else he would have gotten it.
I think so, yeah. I missed it myself as well. But it does give him and wow.
Yeah, there's our Moon Pearl.
Are just dropping. There's the Moon Pearl already. So when's the troll setting in?
Well, I mean, as it sits right now, that bow and that Moon Pearl lock absolutely nothing as far as their progression goes, because they still don't have Dark World access, and the
That's true.
bow doesn't do
they're one
anything.
item away from Dark World access. They need either the hammer or another glove upgrade.
That could be the one that trolls them.
Oh, we'll see. There's still a lot of items left in Kakariko. So we're seeing the well right now from BT. Getting his 3rd compass already, if I counted correctly.
That's good, though, at least they'll know they haven't been leaving any items behind in the dungeons, because those compasses, all they are really good for is just letting you know how many chests are left to be opened in a dungeon.
Compass, of course, having been changed slightly for the Keysanity mode, as well as maps which will show whether the dungeon is a pendant or a crystal when you open a map. Which it does not show initially in the Keysanity game mode.
That makes it a lot of fun too. It's just kind of crazy that you're like, I have everything I need. I just don't know which dungeon I need to go to. That's why this mode can get a little zany sometimes. That was an early small key to desert. No way of getting in right now, but that's always nice to have, just so you don't have to make that second trip there.
There's 2 free items as soon as you get entrance to that dungeon.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like BT is already at Zora money, which is quite fast. So we may just see him do South Shore and then just straight up fake flipper to the Zora area. We have both runners now just wandering around what the other did and heading south to check the race game and the library probably.
Yeah, just kind of finishing up their, north to south route here.
Yeah, very smart move. Kakariko, of course, having a lot of areas, having a lot of items. We have a map in the library.
I don't
They're not
think
going to return for that.
You know what that one is.
No.
They still need the boots to knock that map off the ledge there, so probably not worth it to them.
And a big 20 on the race game, where we'll see both save and quit away. Can't say I blame them for that.
Yeah, probably not worth spending a bomb all the time just to get that $20. Plenty of other opportunities to make money here.
Especially not for BT, who is already at 500, and gamercal, who's not even close.
Yeah, neither of them have even elected to use the hula hand, so they do have, that 200 plus rupees sitting there, and with the glove now, they even have an easier way to do it. That's a little fast.
Both opting to do the back of escape first before hula hand, though.
Yes.
Of course, BT currently not needing any money. Oh, a big key. Misery Mire. That could come in handy.
Yeah, we'll have to see later if that, is something that is, specifically required to the seed. That could just be, some bait to get them off their tracks later.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it was in Link's house. Wow, I bet gamercal probably really wishes he would have picked that up, because that would have saved him, a trip to go buy bombs and go back and up through Blind's house.
And we're getting some route divergence here. With BT heading to the eastern area, of course, being led by that Bo, hoping the Eastern Palace big key is there, and gamercal opting to do South Shore. Of course, being only 17 rupees away from Zora money, could easily farm that down here. And right now he has it.
No need. Red rupees are pretty common in the pool. I'll be really interested if BT is thinking about heading forward into the eastern after checking these 3 chests back here at Sash. Skull Woods is our green pendant today.
Oh, it's an interesting one, because often you get an early option to go into Skull Woods, sometimes even clear it, and we have to book in the closet at Sahasrara, so they got their desert access.
Yeah, that's really interesting there. I would kind of being really suspicious about Desert Palace right now. You're giving me an early book, an early small key. I'd be kind of curious what's over in that area.
Oh yes, it could also be red herring with the siege saying, "Hey, go here. I have nothing."
Yeah, they do like to do that a lot in Keysanity. They'll get you sometimes.
Those seeds are sometimes even meaner than chat can even be. gamercal doing the mini modem cave with bomb strats. Very nice execution there. Those can troll you with bombs. Silver arrows and the bow. Wow.
Okay, that's really nice to have early. That's some good utility. There's a hook shot as well. Ooh, that was a big key to Thieves Town in Eastern.
And we also found the map, so we can check soon whether it will be required or not.
Oh, nice. I must have missed that one. The route divergence here, they were both getting big items. I was struggling to look back and forth and catch them all there.
Yeah, that's difficult. Luckily, there's 2 of us. gamercal opting to check the Ice Rod Cave, one far-off location, often skipped, though you don't see that as often in Keysanity. Of course, those silver arrows as weapon going to be a huge benefit to gamercal, though I expect BT to check the South Shore really soon after doing after finding all items in Eastern.
That's a small key to Thieves Town over in the
Well
Outstride Cave there. It's pretty nice. Kind of got all the fetch quest small keys out of the way, and the only really other big one they would be missing would be the one to Tower of Hera.
And the swamp key is pretty big as well. The swamp small key.
I don't know.
Since
That's
that gives
it's a
access
swamp
to 9 chests.
Swamp big key. Yeah, that's how I prefer that one.
The small key, I mean. Sorry.
No, the small key is the big key, though. Like, let's be honest.
That is true. And gamercal is indeed doing the fake flipper right now.
Okay.
Just a piece of heart on the Hylian Island.
Oh, okay. And yeah, with the money, 500 rupees and the Moon Pearl, you can, check the hobo fake flipper back and
yeah, that's big.
Do the waterfall cave as well. So.
And a small key on the hobo too. Dark Palace, one of our 6 spot keys. Of course, they got the bow, so they can skip the front door there. So they only require 5 keys to finish pod, or 4 if they can execute the hammer jump.
Yeah, that's correct. With 4 though, you do have to make quite a few trips for that mimic room. I think it's 3 minimum, so it is very time
true.
But you do save your keys,
which can be an even bigger time save. Of course, that those keys can be anywhere, even on pad, for example.
And I've definitely seen that be some factors in previous Keysanity matches where they spent that key where they probably shouldn't have, and they had to go looking for that last one to kill the boss.
That's deciding factor. And we found the GT big key already.
That's the sequence break to the GT big key over in the waterfall cave.
That is true. So we know flippers are required. Whoa. So that really makes me wonder, where's the troll going to be? The GT big key being very early, they're going to miss some items somewhere.
Well, they're not going to be in GT, so they don't have to worry about that. That saves just a ton of time right there.
That is true.
One of the really big items to find early.
And Zora giving out some free life lessons.
Yeah,
I do believe Cal skipped to check the Zora ledge, so we don't know yet what's on there.
He probably checked it. Sometimes when you're playing at a different resolution, they see the item, but we don't.
Chat couldn't see it either, so that's going to be a surprise for us.
We'll see if he gets flippers if he heads over to the area, or maybe he did miss it. So it could happen both ways.
Only time will tell us.
Moldorms are not being very nice to BT right now. They're really good at dodging these arrows.
Oh yeah, they always are. We're getting a sequence break from Cal again, up to Death Mountain this time. Of course, that hookshot giving access to some major areas up there.
Definitely a high density of chests up there. You have the 7 chests in Paradox Cave and the one in Spiral Cave, rescuing the old man inside Spec Rock, and you can't quite get the item on top of it, but at least you get the knowledge, which can be really important in this mode. So.
They can of course find progression on Death Mountain to allow them to check even more. The mirror to get to Hera, or the hammer.
Exactly.
Or even a glove upgrade to get to Dark Death Mountain.
BT doing their due diligence and coming over here to check the Ice Rod Cave. So they will get their...
I do not recall what was in Ice Rod Cave.
It was the small key to Thieves Town, so they will have the big key and the small key, whereas gamercal, if he wants his big key, is going to have to head off into Eastern.
That's a very nice find. Of course, rather useless without a hammer, but nice key to have nonetheless.
And definitely nice to get it out of the way early, because you know the hammer can only hide from you in so many places. But that key can be a little fickle sometimes.
That can be pretty much anywhere, depending whether it hides progression or not. And Spec Rock sadly being a bust. Right now we're seeing the Paradox Cave on gamercal side, where BT is tracing over gamercal steps in the South Shore / Zora area.
And this is still a sequence break by gamercal. You know, he will get the high density of chest here, but he's still gonna kind of have to figure out where his Dark World access is. You know, he doesn't have the knowledge of the book being in Sosh, which kind of seems, as far as we know, the natural progression of the seed right now.
That's a pretty big item here right now. Of course, being able to go up to Death Mountain, you need either the lamp or the flute.
Okay, there's a cave. That unlocks a few items. There's the sequence break flippers there.
Well, that's one resolved.
We didn't get the Zora ledge on gamercal's side, but maybe BT will be a little bit more kind and give us a better look at what it might have been.
Well, we can only hope that our runners are nice to us. And there's bombos on the floating island. That could be important. It can either be our medallion to open Misery Mire or Turtle Rock, or of course to grant us access to Ice Palace if the Fire Rod is hiding out somewhere. And here's BT getting his GT big key and checking the... I think he lost his water walk there.
I think you're right too. I think he kind of clipped there. Ooh, there's the mirror in Spiral Cave. That's a great find right there.
Ooh. That's very nice. Mirror is always... It's technically not always a required item, but it's just so nice to have that teleport to the start of dungeons and checking several locations.
Yeah, make sure, you know, routing from here on forth is a lot more efficient. Nice to be able to check all those kind of weird ledges and stuff you need a mirror specifically for in the Dark World, you know, the first time you walk to them, opposed to having to make a special trip to do it.
Oh, yeah. There's several locations like that, indeed. And I think BT is opting to do front of escape right now.
Yeah, I think, and he'll be followed shortly behind gamercal, so he'll be back kind of on the same page again. Only difference between them, gamercal's been to the mountain and BT has been to the eastern area.
So they both have some knowledge, the other has not. But they both have silver arrows right now, and plenty of them to get through the front of escape.
Yeah, to make it a lot easier. Gamercal, though, he's still sitting at 3 hearts, and he's going to have to do this room completely in the dark if he doesn't find a fire source, if he does want to opt to get the sewer chest.
That's true, because Gamercal does have the mirror, so he has an easy access to start. And we find the boots!
That's a really nice item to get.
This seed is generous!
Yeah, they can give you a nice seed from time to time, you know, in Keysanity, or maybe they just make it nice enough to really just, you know, bring your hopes down at the end when you're looking for that last item forever.
Oh yeah, whenever I'm running Keysanity and the seed is nice to me, I get scared. When is the troll coming?
I do too, I completely understand that feeling.
But of course the boots giving access to more areas to check and of course get around the world faster. And we have chat already theorizing that the green goo on Lumberjack Cave is going to be required, which is of course possible if all other bottles are locked somewhere and Sick Kit is required.
Yeah, and then, you know, you find lamp, you know, sword, and all the other 2 castle tower keys were missing as well. Yeah, we're missing 2 of them.
Yeah, well, we found a cape already, so that's our access to Aga Tower.
Yeah. And that'll give gamercal, you know, a couple more options to check here. You know, we can at least get that 1 chest, and I Aga 1 because he did sequence break to get his cape, and if he wants, he can check the sewer chest too, which BT didn't want a death warp to get, which I can understand with.
Oh, definitely. And I think he's opting to do it. Which is, of course, another sequence break.
They've been paying off for him, and this chest has been known to have a lot of value. And you know, he knows in this situation his opponent is probably about as light on these items as he is, so they might not have wanted to check it. If there's something good here, you could really feel good about your advantage in the seed.
Oh, definitely. I've seen many races been decided by the dark sewer chest.
Using his hook shot well to kind of body these rats out of his way.
Definitely, those things will get you in the dark. We're getting to see soon what's in there.
It looks like he's hook-shotted the chest now. He's trying to grab it, reset because he didn't quite get it, and it's just a piece of heart.
Well, that does give him his first heart upgrade.
And we have a big key on the desert ledge. We'll soon see what that is since we have access to it. Gamercal is going to check the one chest in Aga 1 here.
I like that call.
You're here, you might as well.
Yeah. And BT heading into desert, following the breadcrumbs provided by the seed on where to go. So let's see if that's value. Of course, now that he has the boots, he can check an additional location in here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that as well. It was really nice to hold off coming here until, you know, those boots made an appearance. That was the nice early sword and Agate Tower there.
Ooh. That's going to give some advantage to Cal there. It's those swords, they'll elude you if they want to. And there's the Titan's Mitts.
Okay, there's our Dark World access.
I doubt BT will enter Aga Tower really soon, so he has to find his sword somewhere else.
And there's another big key to Turtle Rock in the Bonk Rocks there. So BT probably will not be too far behind from getting that one.
Very nice find. Those Bonk Rocks are very easy to check. You just save and quit to Sanctuary and they're right there.
Yeah, I was wondering where Gamercal was going. I thought he was heading back to the Zor area. He's not. I guess he's just going to the eastern area this way.
Which is, of course, a correct play right now, since we know there's nice items there. Biggie of Desert Palace on the Desert Ledge!
That's funny.
That's a nice one. To answer chat, the book was in Sahasrah's closet, so Gamercal is going to find it really soon here.
It's a shame there was no fire source, unless you know there happens to be one hanging out in this desert big chest. We haven't seen anything available like that, but that would have been really cool to see.
And there's another sword!
Nice. There's the other sword in that chest. Okay.
So we know two swords. That's... Oh, if Gamercal decides to check desert soon, which I think he will after EP.
Yeah,
he pretty much has to, since Titan's Mitts is there, which is probably the Dark World access item, the only one available to them right now.
Yeah, he's pretty much locked out of locations after he finishes up Eastern here. He's not really going to have much else to do. So BT is doing their thing, getting their Turtle Rock big key, and they'll probably just go ahead and head on to the Dark World. Really not too much left for them. I didn't see him go over and check King's Tomb. I kind of would have liked to see that since you had your mids.
I don't think he did that indeed. He probably wants to route it in with his Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, I guess you could have done that. He doesn't have the mirror yet that Gamercal does.
That's true. He decided not to sequence break up Death Mountain, since our mirror was in Spiral Cave, if I say it correctly.
And so we know that Thieves Town is a crystal with BT's map check.
Which is always nice. It's one of the more easier Dark World dungeons, at least in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, the starter dungeons of the Dark World, it really seems like. It's got the least amount of restrictions attached to it.
It's got 4 chests, really easy, and blind to just being one of the most scripted fights in the game.
Yeah, just 9 slashes. You know, if you're good at this
Yeah.
game, like I'm not, you can do it the same every time.
Yeah, the first phase often being free. Big key to ice balance in Skull Woods over there.
This seed does seem to be generous. Normally, you kind of see a real key heavy seed or a real item heavy seed. This one seems to be giving them a really nice blend of both here.
It's a bit of both. BT with the hookshot equipped. If he would equip the boomerang, he could stun those Gyptos, which are of course one of the most annoying Dark World monsters in the game.
Yeah, they are really obnoxious. I can definitely agree with that.
They are immune to the hookshot, but a boomerang will stun them, which is really nice.
They're immune to arrows, but silver arrows will kill them. They're really strange how they work.
I don't like them.
I don't either.
They have killed me more times than I care to admit.
Yeah. This room that BT is showing you, this is really the room where you start to really feel how annoying they are. They can just kind of body you and keep you from pushing that statue to check
and
this
that one as
chest
well. The one in the room on top there just likes to hang out in front of the door.
Oh yeah, he does sometimes get in front of the door. If you don't have a sword, you can't even get him out of the way.
There's Kane of Brian in Skullwoods over there. So that should trivialize the blind fight completely. Of course, Kane of Brian being able to hurt blind while making you immune to damage.
Yeah, you can actually, if you have a full bar of magic, you can kill him with just Cane of Burna specifically if you do, you know, time your usage right on it.
Yeah, which is very nice.
BT is coming up here to check Bumper Cave, something that he will not be able to get, but gamercal would. Just a full heart container, so I doubt we'll be seeing it.
Yeah, but too bad he won't be going to Graveyard Ledge since he did not find his mirror yet. But we will get to see Village of Outcasts and Thieves down here. And of course, having the Titansmiths, he can also check Jeremiah.
Oh yeah, you could do that. And there's our lamp and sea house, so interesting.
Now we know. So that, I believe that solves all of gamercal's sequence breaks.
Yes.
At least gives us the information on how the seed wanted us to do it, or wanted them to do it. Gamercal right now finding their Titansmiths and is probably going to pick up their Master Sword really soon, which is a really nice upgrade from the Plastic Sword.
Yeah, definitely be real happy to have that. You know, especially as early as this, sometimes you can really be hurting for a damage source early on.
Oh yeah, and Master Sword of course doing double damage most of the time over a Plastic Sword. And with them having the book, also unlocking the tablets.
Looks like BT is going to make their way into Thieves Town. Without the hammer, they will not be able to check what's in that big chest. Unless they decide to just do the front four and leave.
That's a risk a lot of runners are willing to take, since it's just one item. Except when there is progression in there, well, that's going to hurt. Ice Rod! One of the more trolley items in the rando.
That just means you might as well mark Turtle Rock as a pendant, we all know.
Oh yeah, you have the Turtle Rock Picky and the Ice Rod. It's
oh
pendant.
Yeah, it's a pendant for sure. Doing his due diligence as well. He'll be grabbing his, I think it was a piece of heart in the back of Vegeta here.
Yeah, I do believe it was. And let's see if BT is going to finish up Thieves Town or if he's going to dip out.
Looks like they're continuing forward here.
Well, decent play. It's Crystal Dungeon and you can clear it right now, so why not?
You're gonna have to clear it too, man. Just, you know, the only thing is you really have to make that conscious decision whether or not you want to leave that big chest to be the last thing you check forever, or if you go back immediately when you find the hammer. That's your judgment call. It's the weird decisions you have to make in Keysanity.
Yeah, of course, it can be routed in with hammer packs at the Dark World Blacksmith.
Oh, gamercal is having to go in the front door of Desert again. I think when he was checking again, he realized, like, I just left the big chest there. I don't blame him, you know, he kind of felt like his rat was ended there.
A smart play, because of course he'll be getting his Master Sword right now.
Yeah. Not the most typical spot you find your Desert Palace Big Key hanging out on the ledge outside of it, but in this mode, you know, anything can happen. I didn't even realize he'd forgotten that. We were talking about him getting it, and he just literally left it, and we didn't even notice.
It's probably because he heard us talking about it. He's like, oh, I'm going to make you be wrong.
Yeah, you're probably right on that one, actually. Okay,
Interesting routing decision by Cal, going up Death Mountain now again.
yeah, that's 6 more chests that he can, you know, just get out of the way here initially. He's got the mids, he's got the hook shot.
That is true. But of course, with Cal not having the lamp yet, it's still a sequence break for him.
Yeah, he knows that lamp's got to be somewhere. Surely when he found his mitts, he was just kind of like, oh, okay, so I've got a lamp or a flute somewhere in the Dark World then.
That's true. And of course, also having access to Hera right now, with that mirror.
Oh yeah, he could check those first 2 in Hera too, and he can actually take the item from the tablet as well.
That is very nice indeed. Hammer!
Yeah, this play is really going to pay off for him. That's a pretty nice get early there with the hammer.
Oh, he likes that, because Hammer doing temper damage. He can do a lot of damage right now. We have BT starting his blind fight. Should be no problem, especially since he has Burn as a backup.
Yeah. 2.5 hearts though, getting a little low. These fireballs are still going to do a heart of damage, but yeah, he's got enough magic to get it taken care of. Looks like he'll be just fine. Just wanted to make it interesting, yeah.
Just keeping it exciting for us.
And rewarded with another small key to Total Rock, so that's 2 of them that we know of now.
Followed by more small keys, which both of which are useless.
Yeah, I think we just saw one to Meyer and Skull Woods there.
Yeah, and the single rupee.
The most important item.
The floating island. I don't remember what was up there.
I don't either, but I think we'll find out soon.
Oh, that was Bombos, of course.
It's probably worth picking up there. And Turtle Rock was Quake. We missed that. At least I missed that one, but our tracker is on it, so I appreciate that very much.
Our tracker, Walter IV. Let's give him a follow. He's tracking for us right now. Very skilled at it. Better than us, as you have seen.
Most definitely. Quite a few digs going on here. Making his full way around for 20 bucks there. I don't think you're going to be able to skip the cutscene though.
That's too bad. And Kel here making the Tower of Hera play. Wonder if he remembers to check the... Oh, he's remembering it. He's equipping the book right now.
Snapped his book immediately, so...
BT doing the South Darkworld route without a mirror, so he's going to be pretty mad at himself when he finds it.
Nice map to Ice Palace. So, just really interesting that, you know, gamercal did opt to come up here and check this Dark World Death Mountain. It will get him the hammer, and so whenever, you know, he makes his way to Thieves Town, he'll be checking that big chest that, you know, BT...
Oh, that's very nice. And I think we just saw Ice Palace was a crystal as well.
It was so fast I could not tell. I literally saw it for a half second.
It was a blue crystal. I just checked on the Twitch stream.
Yeah, and there was Samaria and our third sword and a fire rod and a small key to Dark
Hype
Town.
being hype for once. That's not often.
I don't know. One of those chests was just a red rupee, so 5 out of 10.
Just 3.5 useful items. Eh.
No, that was actually really good there. I would have been very happy with that.
Oh yeah, there are fire sources here. And our red crystals are Eastern Palace and Dark Palace. So that early bow is going to pay off. Especially with the silvers trivializing both bosses.
Yeah, they definitely do save some time with those. Sure. Oh, that was a big key over at Skull Woods and King's Tomb, so that was
Ooh.
really unfortunate that BT didn't check it their first time around, because, I mean, they literally went Baccarat to Skull Woods, so they missed out on that check.
Ooh. Well, they're still going to... They may have to return to Skull Woods. It's of course being a green pendant, but Sazrala could have an item. He often will when you don't want to check him.
Most certainly. That's usually the time, most often when he has the items, when, you know, it's the last thing you want to do.
Wait, do I see BT having the Master Sword here? I missed where he picked up his sword upgrade.
The Hype Cave.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Probably be getting tempered very shortly. Well, actually, he doesn't have the mirror, so it'd be kind of tricky to get back.
Yeah, he's doing Dark Sword, he's saving and quitting. It's too bad for him.
It's pretty unfortunate. I mean, it's kind of a time waste, but I suppose if you did want to go in there and he had the Master Sword, you could have checked one chest to Naga and then walked back. I mean, it's not necessarily that slow. It's not definitely ideal with, you know, the items that are available, but it would have got an early tempered.
Yeah, of course, but with it being just one-off item, I can completely understand them skipping it.
Yeah. It's not about the item, though. More about the peace of mind. You know, that's really important in this mode. You skip that one chest, it's just beating in your head the whole entire race.
Of course, when he finds his mirror, which you will probably find shortly here, heading up to Death Mountain, he can route it in with Pyramid Check. It's one of the nicest tactics, in my opinion. Just walk up the pyramid and mirror to the top of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, especially if you hadn't even done escape yet, you can literally just combo the whole entire thing.
Yes.
You know, it's kind of the dream, the routes here. But, you know, let's be honest, the only chests you need to check are the ones with progression. So
That is true.
it's just tough doing that.
Sadly, you don't know which ones those are. To answer chat, no, Hammer was not in Desert Palace, it was in the Super Bunny Cave. In Desert Palace we found Sword Upgrade.
It's a shame too. Obviously, gamercal would have, you know, no way of knowing this. But man, if he had just went into, like, say, Hype Cave before he came up here, I mean, he could have cleaned out Skull. He could have, you know, had all that stuff prior to coming here. But for all we know, that might just be a time save because Skullwoods will have nothing. But it would have been really efficient.
It's still the peace of mind that you mentioned before. Though he has only 2 hearts now, and Mafia can be quite mean to runners with low hearts.
Yeah, I will say with 2 hearts, I probably wouldn't be jumping in there, guns blazing, you know, at a green pendant, for sure.
Of course, if he went Hype Cave, he would have had Tempered Sword already.
Yeah, there was that too. It makes that fight, you know, even much easier. BT's been really staying on the path of the logic, though, and, you know, it's not necessarily leading them astray too much, because, you know, they're just following the items that they get, but gamercal with the sequence breaks has really just unlocked items that have allowed him to clear things a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah, of course, sequence breaks always being a risk. They can be a hit or miss. Staying on the logics is a nice and safe play.
Gamercal had checked the Skullwood's big chest. I don't recall what was in it, but I don't see anything too important on the tracker that I missed, so...
I missed it as well. If he did it, of course.
I'll just say it was a red rupee and just hedge my bet here that I'm right. Or a piece of heart. That's what I meant to say.
Bet.
So BT will be getting their mirror here in Spiral Cave, which will be really convenient for them because they just saw that Bombos hanging out on the island, so they'll be like, oh, I just go ahead and get that. This is going to be a really fun little sequence for them because they're going to find kind of everything that they need along the way here.
Yeah, both runners now following in each other's footsteps. Just checking the other locations. BT will be getting his hammer also really soon. Probably hating that he didn't have that for Thieves Town.
Yeah. Yeah, then you have that chest weighing in your mind the whole time. It's gonna
Or
hurt.
even worse, you forget about the chest and it has progression.
Yeah, there's that too. That's always the worst case scenario.
I'd rather have it weigh on my mind than spend 2 hours wandering around confused and then finally being like, oh, that chest.
Yeah, that's usually when I just stare at IRC waiting for my opponent to dot done so I can dot forfeit.
And we've all been there.
So that'll be
Forgetting-
gamercal's Ice Rod in Thieves Town.
Oh, he also now knows that Turtle Rock will be a pendant.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just actually one small key and the Quake Medallion from actually being able to complete that dungeon, and 2 small keys being away from full clearing it, so it's kind of crazy.
Which, of course, can also be in Turtle Rock itself.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could get all the way to Laser Bridge right now if they just had a way to open.
Which is, of course, a popular place for the logic to put items.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily that's a popular place. I mean, you know, you do see some progression there, but there's, what is it, 12 or yeah, there's 12 chests in Turtle Rock, so that's quite a few.
Yeah.
The only one that has more is Pod with I think 14. I hope my numbers are right.
That is correct, yeah. Of course, with Laser Bridge itself having 4 chests quite close to each other.
Yeah, it definitely makes it an ideal place to check. You know, just a kind of a hype cave that's just really obnoxious to get to, so to speak.
It's just really deep in the dungeon. It's always such a bad feeling when you go to Laser Bridge to find progression, to have to dip out and later come back to finish Turtle Rock.
You say it's a bad feeling, but all I hear is we're playing Keysanity, so.
Well, that is true.
It's pretty much the normal these days. Double dip, Turtle Rock, and Pod. You know, you don't always have to do it, but quite a bit of it.
These seats like to be trolly. Here with BT checking Tower of Hera. Not going to find anything he wants to find.
Gamercal pretty much doing the same thing here in, you know, Thieves Town. We've already seen BT clear out this dungeon, except for, you know, this wild card being the Thieves Town big chest that they were not able to do the first time they were here.
So we're going to see quite soon if that's going to be relevant for BT.
He's making sure to do the Spike Cave, too. I really like this.
That's a very nice play.
Yeah.
Oh, and he took a death. Activated his gain too late.
Added a pinch late. All right, well, I guess that's when you just move on and hope there's nothing good there.
Exactly. Hope you can route it in later.
Oh, they saved and quit to the mountain, so it looks like they're just going right back up to it.
Ah. Oh.
It's a red rupee in the Thieves Town big chest, so won't be hurting
So-
too much for that unless you do actually now go back and check it, which will just be a net time loss.
Yeah, but it will give peace of mind, so there's that. And he's indeed heading right back into Spike Cave. So we're going to see if it was a wise decision to get back here, or if he should have just left it. And there he got his gain. Gamercal right now fighting blind, getting his first crystal.
Doing a good job here, scripted fight. They still are kind of, you know, maybe a little bit lower health than you would expect at this point in the run, but they do have the safeties and kind of decent items to compensate for that.
That was a beautiful blind fight by Gamercal. Spike Cave having the map to Desert Palace, not very useful. Of course, it can be a nice check to see if they have to go back in there since they, with the fire rod and the lamp, they now have the means to full clear it.
It'll be interesting to see where they decide to go to next. Ice Palace, I mean, we have the big key, all the requisites to get into there. You get the flipper, the mitts, I mean, bombos, fire rods even kind of very closely available. And they even have one key already. You also have finishing up deserts too.
And they also have hookshot, which is a very nice item to have in Ice Palace. It looks like BT will be checking Aga now. So he will be getting his tempered sword.
Surprisingly enough, getting it before gamercal.
Yeah, I honestly have to say I did not expect that. So gamercal should follow soon after. Probably heading down to Hype Cave right now.
Yeah, I think he's actually just going to go ahead and do the full route here. He
Oh, very smart play.
Gonna take the probably take the purple chest down there in the Dark World so he can check the tablet as well. No reason not to.
That's a very smart play. Can also check hammer packs right here. And Cave 45, or Circle of Bushes Cave, as a lot of people come to call it nowadays.
Yeah, South of Grove has always been mine.
South of the Grove, always, yeah. A lot better names than Cave 45.
Yeah, let's just start naming all the caves by numbers. Let's see who can memorize them all. That'll just make for some riveting commentary there.
Oh, please don't.
All he needs to do is get his ice rod from Cave 7 and then go over and flute to 14 to get...
Oh, please don't. We're lucky the cave number is not randomized with each sheet.
They might as well be, because I'd just be guessing at that point. I don't think we mentioned, but we did find a half magic over in the pyramid, so that's a really nice utility item to have. I mean,
especially with those rods available.
Yeah, with Ice Palace kind of be your next crystal you're looking at, that really can make that dungeon just a lot easier and a lot quicker.
Yeah, getting rid of everything with just fire rod or even bombos, and still having enough magic to defeat Colts there.
Yeah. Worst feeling when you get down there and you don't have enough magic to break his shell. It's like, well, I guess I'll just leave this dungeon forever.
Well, this is of course easier with the bombos, since that doesn't quite take as much magic as the 8 fire rod shots.
Yeah, just takes a quarter of your magic.
gamercal picking up the map to Misery Mire here. So we'll probably get a map check fairly soon. Ooh, and he lost his purple chest.
Oh,
that's
unfortunate.
That hitbox for picking it up is just so annoying to get.
Did he not pick it up, or did he tap A just right before he got near?
I think he tried to pick it up and then just walked into the porthole.
That'll get you. Sometimes when you're playing too, you're this is a tournament race, like, or they're fighting for their, tournament life here, and you kind of tap your buttons, you get a little impatient. When you tap A with the purple chest, it disconnects from you.
Yeah, it's gone. And of course, when you switch worlds, it goes straight back to the Dark World Blacksmith Cave, Blacksmith House.
One of my favorite.
To pick it up again.
Yeah. Might as well, and again, because he's gonna. He really wants to be down here in the Dark World. He wants to check that Bombos tablet. He could even route in checking the first chest in Swamp Palace. If he wanted to do it anytime, now would be the best time if that was a play he wanted to make.
That's a very risky play, but it can pay off big time. Finding the shovel in Ice Palace, BT.
Oh, lovely. Fetch quest in Ice Palace. That's everybody's favorite.
Always a good feeling. And we may see Cal opting to finish Desert Palace after this.
I mean, that's even a better time to do it as well. He's right here. I would think that's a pretty strong play.
Of course, not having checked Hype Cave yet. That, well, it's not hurting them, but they do want to route it in sometime.
Actually, they will not go to Desert Palace because No, he does have the lamp. I'm just kidding. All right. Yeah, he could go over there. I forgot about the lamp over in Sea House. Yeah, I think that's why he did his map check there. He really wanted to know if desert was a crystal or not, because I think if it was a crystal, he was going to head right over there.
Yeah, I honestly missed what it was. He did it so fast.
I don't think he had any maps. I didn't see anything.
Did he pick up the DP map?
I was trying my best to look. I didn't see anything available, though.
Looking at the tracker, I see a pendant, so thanks, Walter.
Fantastic. Even better.
For paying attention.
I mean, I looked. It was a very quick map check. I couldn't see anything.
I tried, but I couldn't see it. BT right now working on the fun part of Ice Palace, with 3 chests quite close to each other.
This is why we have trackers with 20/20 vision here. Gamercal cleaned out his more hypes than usual cave, so look at his tempered and fire rod and red rupee. Everything red. Samaria was in there. It was just a red cave for him.
Yeah, and we have BT finding the big key to pot here, which is of course one of our red crystals.
Oh, that's really nice to get right there. That's a huge grab. I mean, he's just one small key away from being able to full clear that dungeon if he wants to take the slow way.
And of course, if he can perform the hammer jump, which I believe most runners going 2-on-1 should be able to do. And I do believe we have Kel making the same play here, going into Ice Palace.
Yep. I was wondering if he was going to take the portal over to Catfish, but Ice Palace, he knows it's a crystal, and he knows he has the means to complete it, and actually to complete it pretty nice as well.
So why not do it?
Exactly.
So right now we're also just missing 1 pendant dungeon before we know everything. So it's going to either be Tower of Hera, Swamp Palace, Misery Mire, or Turtle Rock.
So we know what all the pendant dungeons are? Is that what you're telling me?
Then we know what all dungeons are, since we are also aware of the red crystals.
Okay, there's Ether. The other, not quite the medallion we're looking for. Well, we don't know if we need Turtle Rock medallion or not, but...
we also don't know the Misery Mire yet. And BT will be heading down to Gold Star about now. Should have no problem with that.
I guess as far as go modes are concerned right now, though, the only thing we know that we absolutely need is the Eastern Palace Big Key. Definitely going to need that. And then we're just going to need a combination of the other sorts to finish the other dungeons. There's one of them up there we're not going to have to do. Specifically, to finish the game. We don't know which one that is, though. There's still a lot of options that could be available.
Yeah, so... We really need to know more about our pendants first. Very nice Gold Star fight by BT.
Yeah, that was very clean. I saw him practicing the bosses before this race started, and they were all looking pretty solid. So the execution so far has been really well on their side.
It's always nice to watch people who can play this game. Supposed to playing it myself.
I understand. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, they see this being really nice to them so far. We're only 53 minutes in and we're almost looking towards go mode. Of course, missing just a few items and a couple of keys. Already having the GT big key will be a massive relief for these players.
As far as actual items go, I mean, Quake and the Flute, we're going to need one or the other or both. That's definitely guaranteed.
Yeah, at least one of them.
And then after that, it's literally just going to be a key.
Of course, with Turtle Rock, we already have seen 3 keys. Gamercal has 3 of them. So once Cal gets entry to Turtle Rock, can finish the boss. If he opts to skip the vanilla big chest, the vanilla big key chest, sorry.
Yeah. Most certainly will. That's kind of the universal. Don't open this chest unless you want to add a lot of time to your run, or you want to just like make a crazy gamble.
Yeah, it rarely has anything worth checking over Trinex.
I missed where he got his third Turtle Rock key too. I'm not quite sure where he would have gotten it on the way over here, or what he had done that BT hadn't done.
I believe it was on Zora Ledge.
Oh, he did go up to Zorledge?
I saw.
He went back?
Oh, the purple small key, purple chest small key. Thank you,
Purple
Walter.
chest. Beautiful. Our tracker is on the money here. This is fantastic. It's like we're not even watching. I think he should bots with me here.
He's just whispering to us everything we need to know. And in the deck spot, another pot key. BT having the ability to full clear right now.
That's
So I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised to see him head into pot next. That would most likely be the play to make here.
They just got that Meyer map from South of Grove. I'd love to get a map check, see what we need. You know, maybe not as important to them. They know they still need quite a bit of items. You might not want to be opening the map the whole entire time. We like to know though, so it's important, you know, the map for us, please. There we go. Thank you for listening to me. Meyer's a crystal, so we're gonna need that flute.
Yeah. And possibly even Quake, depending on what medallion for Meyer will be. So Quake is not out of the picture yet, even if TR is going to be a pendant.
Gamercal's got gold stare.
Beautiful gold stare fight.
Yeah, one just slipped out, but that was still a really quick fight.
Just drive him in the corner and slash him down.
They make it look so easy. It's definitely not quite as easy as that is, and Cold Stare hits like a truck too, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe 3 hearts or 2 hearts with Blue Mail, and when...
I know on Green Mail it's 4 hearts, so I believe it's 3 hearts on Blue Mail.
You know, when you just get hit one time and you lose, you know, 30% of your health, that's kind of a big deal.
Ooh. And BT is indeed heading into pot. So we'll be seeing a lot of this dungeon right now.
Yeah, Gamercal's going to be heading right behind. They're kind of
right on his heels.
Yeah, the swimming route up there, but it was quicker than, you know, saving quitting to Link's house from the position they were at.
There's our first bottle.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen any of those yet, outside of that one on Lumberjack.
Wouldn't it be amazing if 3 bottles were in Ganon's tower and then they just have to do Aghanim for the sick kit item?
I mean, it would be amazing to watch, but like, you know, also as a runner of this game, like that
they'll hate it. They'll hate it. So this means that I believe Aghanim is completely out of the picture right now. I can't think of any way in which it will be required.
Killing Aghanim, no, probably not. They still have 1 chest that's locked behind there that could have, you know, progression that they need, but actually
that's true.
Killing, yeah.
That would require at least 1 Aga Tower key. And Gamercal indeed following BT. Both are making kind of the same place here. Quite the linear seat here.
Yeah, I suppose a little bit. I mean, it's definitely not necessarily.
Not, you have to go here, but well, the plays are quite obvious.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right on that. Like, it's doing a good job at kind of funneling you into making these decisions, just honestly because they're the better decisions to make.
So I believe I see here that Gamercal did not dig up his pot key, so he only has 3 keys.
Oh,
means he has to leave a chest behind. And there's our castle tower key. Right as we were just talking about that.
Yeah, that's right. He had went immediately to pot after completing Ice Palace instead of going for the shovel spot.
So that was the castle tower key in the vanilla big key chest. So we may see Cal skip that one.
Yeah, typically with this routing, that would be the one that you skip. It's also the kind of the nicer one to skip because when you do have to come back, and if you do really need to check it, you leave it to the closest one there. You can get the far out of the way one being the harmless hellway while you're back there.
Although they do have to go through the bow locked area, unless they find more keys.
Yeah, they're gonna. If he wants to check every chest in here, he's going to have to do that 3 times. You can get a little dizzy watching people clear pod and Keysanity. They just go in circles.
Oh yeah. Heading to the back right now. With gamercal hot on his heels.
I think we're probably going to see, I mean, we have to see something back here. I mean, there still are a couple of, hidden places in the map where, our next progression could be, but I see some good things happening here for us in Pod.
There's so much item density here. Small key to Misery Mire not being that good. All keys to there being nearly useless. It can only be for some nice routing efficiency.
Yeah, you definitely don't need any small keys to, check all the chests in Mire. But what's nice about getting the small keys to Mire, especially if you get them early, that can somewhat signify that there might be, progression in there just because of how the logic works. It's not necessarily always true, but you could use that for some tells to, maybe make some better decisions.
That's true. We are seeing a hammer jump here from BT. Let's see if he gets it. Very nice, first try.
Did he check the back 3 chest already? Yeah, I guess he did. Yes,
There's a key to Misery Mire and a lot of bombs, I believe. The map to Eastern Palace, completely useless since we already know that's a red crystal.
Some more small key soda, Hera, lovely.
Hera. That means Hera basement is in the logic right now. Of course, also a very nice trolley location.
Yeah, pretty annoying to find that so late. Now they're kind of pinched between 3 corners of the map to pick where the progression is if they don't find anything from Helmsor here.
Of course, still not having the Hera big key. It's just one far off location, especially after having already checked everything in the vicinity.
I mean, as far as what we've seen after this, you have Skull Woods being an option that's available. That's, nice tucked away in a corner. You got the Desert Palace boss, which is another pendant that's, tucked away in a corner. Or you have going up and doing the Hera basement. So those don't seem like very fun plays to have to make.
You don't want to go to either, especially not as a gamble.
I guess if anything though, after this, if this doesn't pan out, you probably go do Skull Woods, I guess, and then they have the book and the mirror. You can kind of get that information on the pedestal itself to kind of gauge your decisions on how you move forward.
Oh yes, we still haven't seen a pet check yet, indeed. Which still could be required.
But there could still be progression on Helmsor here, which would be kind of nice too. It kind of tells you that these pendant dungeons that they've kind of left out of the way, at least in theory, should have those remaining small keys they need to clear this dungeon.
Yeah, there's two more small keys to pot in the world somewhere. Of course, BT not requiring any. And gamercal just missing one more, which you will find once he checks the dig spot.
And this is another one of those Keysanity intangibles that could add somewhat of a lead to BT and how their routing just worked out for him if there's progression in that second chest in Agate Tower.
Oh, yes.
gamercal might not be too inclined to come back and check one chest in Pod.
That is true. So I don't believe he missed much with that last chest.
It was the Castle Tower small key, so...
Yeah. Well, there's still one more Castle Tower, so maybe he gets lucky.
That's true. Unless it's in Ganon's Tower, that'll be a little rough.
And Helmasaur holding 50 rupees. So
Yeah.
besides the castle tower key, nothing that can hold any value in here.
BT's kind of got the fetch quest / pendant dungeon. You know, those are the options available to them. I mean, they even have that Thieves Town big chest, the Smith and purple chest sequence. So we'll have to see what decisions they decide to make.
Some more that he can check indeed. Of course, probably would have preferred to find Eastern Palace big key in Pod, but sadly it's not there.
That would have been really convenient, but this is Keysanity. That's not what we're here to make things convenient. We want to make this fun.
This seat's been way too nice already. It's going to take its revenge. So I believe BT is going to make the Skull Woods play over here. And no, he's not.
Yeah, it might be.
He's probably going to do the Jeremiah sequence.
They're gonna go back into Thieves Town. I mean, if you're here, all right. Oh, they're gonna turn in the bottle. I guess that was the one thing that.
Oh, right. We haven't seen Sickit yet.
Pod, yeah.
And let's see if the Sickit has anything for us today. A map. To GT.
We know if Ganon's Tower is now a crystal or a pendant, and you know if it's required for them.
Let's see if it's required. Oh wait.
Yeah, the map to Ganon's Tower is basically the one of the most useless items in the game.
Together with the Hyrule Castle map.
I don't even know why you'd need a map to Hyrule Castle. Can you get lost in there? Is it even possible?
I don't know. Maybe there's some hidden part to the sewers we haven't seen yet.
Oh, that's a good point. We'll never know either because no one's ever going to check the map.
Gamercal now picking up his half magic. Always a very nice safety to have.
He's going to head over to Catfish too, and again, I don't know if we actually saw them check the small key on the Zora ledge yet.
We have BT check Catfish already, so we know that one. I believe it was a map.
Yeah, it was a map too.
We don't know which one because he mirrored away.
Oh, he didn't even pick it up. Nice.
No. Takes too long. It's a race here.
That's a very good point. Doing his purple chest mission here, we'll get him his third Turtle Rock small key.
Which would allow him to complete Turtle Rock once we find Quake, of course. And Catfish holding the Hyrule Castle map. We were just talking about that.
He's doing some really good dashes with the purple chest here, considering he is taking it on quite the long journey. But yeah, if you take damage or you hook shot to something, but you press your dash kind of before the purple chest reattaches back to you, it will follow your movement the whole entire way.
Which significantly speeds up carrying the chest around. Dropping the purple chest right on top of the portal. I hope he can pick it up.
Small key to Ganon's Tower and Zora Ledge. That was kind of a wash there. Literal, figuratively, whatever you want to say.
You don't need much GT keys, especially with the big key already. You need just one heading up the gauntlet, and you can grab that from a pot downstairs. But they already have all keys to GT right now, all 4 of them.
Yeah, that's really strange to get those this early. Even more obnoxious, they already have the GT big key, so literally useless at this point. Now he's going to be getting his Skullwoods big key. Something really neat to note. I was just going to say how he had left his purple chest on that mirror. If you actually, pick up a bomb, and while you're holding a bomb, you can't go in the mirror spot, but the purple chest will reattach back to you. So it's kind of a way to get out of that if you get in trouble.
That's very nice play. So both runners now, well, kind of following each other. gamercal at the sick kit right now, and BT getting his third Turtle Rocky.
BT had already checked Bombo, so he didn't need to be in the Dark World for that, because he got his map. I do remember that now. Alright, so...
Looks like he's opting to finish Desert.
Yeah, this was kind of the weird Keysanity choice. You got, like, really 3 just awkward and not great decisions, and we don't know which one's right.
And we have Gamer heading into another pendant dungeon, so let's see if any of these gambles pay off. Or if it ends up being in the Tower of Hera basement.
Yeah, again, gamercal, he gets 2 items in the back of Skullwoods, a 3rd from the green pendant, and he gets the knowledge of a 4th item being on the pedestal, whereas this is kind of just a 1-to-1 off item here, being whatever drops from Landmo is what you get.
Yeah, but of course, item density, while statistically better, it doesn't necessarily have to be the correct play for a given seed.
I think you opened this already. Okay, I was just making sure. Don't want to leave anything behind here.
Yeah, of course, a sword upgrade being in the Desert Palace big chest. With BT having Tempered Sword, we of course know he picked it up.
Maybe he was just hoping after an hour it respawned so he could get a butter sword. That'd be really cool if the mechanics worked out that way.
That would be very odd mechanic. I like it.
It would be an interesting thought if that's what really influenced their decision to come this way. If they thought they, were floating the big chest and the item from the boss, that could, kind of persuade you. Just the boss, I could see why you'd want to go to Skullwoods instead. But this could be that mistake could actually be something that, gives them the advantage in this race.
Definitely. And gamercal just obliterating Mafila. I blinked and I missed it. 50 rupees. That's one item out of the way. But he still has a chest left in the back of Skullwoods here.
Yeah, and he went specifically for Mothula first, just because he already had his fire rod out. He knows when he checks his chest, he can mirror, then mirror again to check the pedestal. It's just some menu management.
It's the quickest play. Doesn't save a lot of time, but it does save some time, which can make all the difference in here. And a nice
really
one-face Landmo. For a heart piece. Ooh, the Swamp Palace Smoky. That's a big find.
Yeah, that's a really nice item to get. That opens up, 9 items so far.
There's 9 chests in Swamp Palace. We don't have the big key yet, so -1.
Oh, it's 10 minus 1, isn't it? Or
yeah, but you can open the front one without a small key.
Correct. Okay, I get what you're saying. Right.
And the pet is that it has just a small key to Misery Mire.
That's the 3rd one, though.
Yeah, of course, with them having already 2 of those keys, they don't want another.
Kind of a shame, too. I don't think a small key being on the pedestal, if we didn't know if Misery Mire was a crystal or not, I don't think that gives us enough information. I think you could still have a key on the pedestal and have Misery Mire still being a crystal.
That's true.
You can't with Skullwoods, but I think you can with Misery Mire.
We had a map on the Ether tablet. With BT right now checking basement.
gamercal's it's really interesting as screen kind of froze just a pinch there on the cutscene for draining the water, but I was like, man, this water takes forever to drain. That's why you hate coming here.
Luckily we didn't miss anything. Right now making the Swamp Palace play.
Yeah, and that was the final small key to Ice Palace hanging out in the first chest there.
Something which we completely do not need, since they already have all the items in Ice Palace. Red Mail. Nice safety to have, especially since this seed has not been generous on life so far. Nearly 1 hour and 15 minutes in with just 10 hearts.
Yeah, I guess Ganon's Tower is going to be pretty front-loaded with heart containers we'll never see at this rate.
And only one bottle for safety, so let's hope they got their execution down. Flute! Oh, this is a big play for BT.
Okay, that changes things dramatically there. Oh, wow. Yeah,
So,
the awesome stuff of Keysanity, like gamercal found himself a big item in his one-off location, and then BT doing the opposite one found something that, you know, just as big. Wow, that's really interesting.
indeed. So let's see if one of these pays off more than the other. And fair.
I mean, I'm leaning more on the flute side there. That's a huge item, and that's, you know, the one
Yes.
item we know that's at least required.
Probably we'll be getting a Meyer area check. And here we'll be having the Link to the Past National Anthem on BT side. So, and I don't think we have seen any value out of Swamp Palace yet.
No, nothing yet. We haven't really hit the money side of Swamp Palace yet. We're still kind of...
The sweet spot still incoming.
Yeah.
Gamercal opting to do left side first. Often left behind by runners, but well, it's still 2 chests.
This is Keysanity, and he knows he's still dragging at least 2 items, I believe, you know, before he hits go mode. So you don't want to leave anything behind at this point. That was a powder over in the Meyer area.
Another fetch quest. Let's go.
And Bombos was the medallion required to get in, so he can get in, will clear the dungeon.
Opting to go to the dungeon before checking Checkerboard Cave, which I hope he'll remember to check. Opening up his map, just showing us the crystal on Meyer.
I don't know if he had mapped yet when he picked it up, but he was probably hoping that I'd imagine as a runner, they've seen a lot of maps. You'd think you'd have a little bit more information on what was available. That's a big key to Hera on the left side, yeah.
That's going to point Gamercal in the right direction to get his flute as well.
That's very nice for him.
That's a really big find. Of course, still not knowing whether Hera is our last pendant or a crystal.
I mean, if Swamp came up empty, he really wouldn't have had that many spots left, but yeah, that's kind of nice to really give you that extra edge in that direction, to, you know, not be looking for that flute literally forever.
No, especially when you already know that Meyer is crystal. So you know it's going to be somewhere before GT.
And I think at this point, you know, Gamercal, he'll go up there and he'll finish Hera off completely, not, you know... At this point, it's basically a map to him, because he's just trying to figure out what's that last crystal I need.
Yeah, exactly.
Bombs and a green rupee, and the front part here is Swamp, and BT is doing the nice long cutscene room.
Exactly. Finding another red goo. It's always nice to have some safeties with this little hearts.
Yeah. Well, Vitreous isn't too bad with the silver arrows, though. He's got plenty of them to dish out.
Silver arrows eat through Vitreous.
It's definitely the preferred method to kill him.
And even without silvers, they have the tempered sword, so it shouldn't be a problem for either of these runners.
No, with their execution, it's definitely not. But it's not even about execution at this point. It's about, you know, saving time to them. It's not like it makes my time easier. It makes it faster. Yeah.
Definitely a nice fast fight. Gamercal working on Argus, obliterating him as he did with most other bosses.
If you time that silver right, you can kill him on one hit. It looks like he had just kind of missed the sweet spot there, but 2 spin slashes
bad.
take him there anyways.
And what do we get here? 50
money.
rupees. That's a popular drop for bosses today. And getting a crystal from Swamp Palace.
Alright, that's good to know. So that last minute we're looking for is still at large.
It's going to be either
Tower
Tower of Hera or Turtle Rock. And I think we'll be seeing Tower of Hera play quite soon here.
Man, just imagine if Quake is in Ganon's Tower. I almost wouldn't believe it at this point. I'd be like, really? But I mean, you know, they wouldn't need it, of course.
No, there can't be anything in GT that requires them to dip out again.
Right, but I mean that means that they would, after getting, you know, the Fire Rod, Ice Rod, the Big Key, Canis Samaria, all that stuff was kind of handed to them early, that they wouldn't even have to step foot in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, of course, they already knew that, right?
I'd be a little surprised at that.
Yeah, Turtle Rock is very often to play. And when you do gamble on TR, it's not to play. Gamercal indeed heading down in Tower of Hera here, going to find his flute real soon. Up into the basement.
Right to the basement, okay. So good for him. He will not be tempted by anything upstairs to make him skip doing the basement, so he'll be getting his absolutely 100% required flute.
That's a good call. Taking his coffee break right now.
Yeah, if you just set this up right, you can kind of half hang on this tile. The game doesn't quite know what state you're in, I suppose, and they just don't do any damage to you. And you want to take, you know, a quick 15-20 seconds to compose yourself, grab a drink of water. It's the best time to do it.
Exactly, and the victory fight being faster than the Tower Room in Tower of Hera. Interesting note.
That's the difference between silvers and non-silvers for you.
It's amazing to watch a boss fight being faster than one of those rooms. Just a piece of heart from Vitrius. So I do believe Meyer was a bust in items or more keys.
Yeah, it was just the powder that we had seen in Meyer.
That is true. That could still have something.
Yeah.
It was a crystal, so it was required anyway. That's a big 20 in the checkerboard cave, so nothing useful there either. So that just leaves Hasrala and Tower of Hera, I think.
Yeah, BT right now is running short on options also.
Mushroom!
Mushroom. Each getting a fetch quest in their opposite directions here.
But which fetch quest is the correct one? Or both?
Or none.
Ooh, that would be a nice one. Still looking for that EP big key. Which, if Tower of Hera is a crystal, would be the go mode item.
That's true, yeah. You just get an Eastern Palace big key, you're probably ready to roll if you're a gamer cow.
And powder is nothing. Wrong fetch quest. And there's Quake! Oh,
no.
That's Turtle Rock open to us.
Okay.
Independent! Yes!
Alright, so he's just Eastern Palace big key away from go mode then.
And he has the ability to clear 11 chests in Turtle Rock right now.
He's right up here too.
He's already here.
Kind of considering, like, what do I do? Do I go turn in my flute and go to Meyer, or do I just finish Turtle Rock? That's
Turtle Rock is definitely the play here.
We know that. If I was in that position, I'd be struggling with that decision.
Yeah, but Turtle Rock having, well, at least 11 chests accessible to you, statistically, this should be the play. Well, of course, the Meyer area having 11 chests as well.
Yeah, it's really about the same.
But having to do another Death Mountain ascent is not something you want to do.
You're gonna do it anyways. You gotta climb back up here to go to GT.
Exactly. I might as well get Turtle Rock out of the way now that you know it's now that you know it's a crystal as well.
What is BT doing? Oh, they're going back to check the Skullwoods chest before they committed to Skullwoods, but they're already kind of almost to the area.
Oh, that's too bad. That's time loss. And I don't think it had anything useful either.
No, it didn't.
Opening that key door as well.
Oh,
He should pick up the pod key in the next part.
okay. I don't
he
think he
didn't
had done
already.
that yet. Okay. Wow, that would have been that would have been so unfortunate if they
That would have
didn't
been so bad.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there was something required. The Swamp Palace small key.
Yeah, which will get you your Turtle Rock.
No,
or
he
your,
doesn't. He doesn't need the skull with small key for that. Mathila had nothing. So unless Sasra has something, it's.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't think about that. You're correct. That could have been a blessing in disguise, so to speak.
Yeah, not having to route past Sasra. Well, of course, they still have to go to EP, so we have butter.
Yeah, it's kind of the armory over here on the right side of Turtle Rock with a mirror shield and butter sword hanging out.
Well, I think that's all upgrades.
Yeah, it appears to be so.
They have red mail, butter sword, and mirror shield.
Yeah, if he only had powder, he pretty much got blackout bingo over here on his item tracker.
Holy. Yeah. He does still need to take the dip into Meyer anyway, so unless he's go-moding it, he will get it.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's going to keep him from go-moding Meyer is going to be the Eastern Big Key hanging out in Sasharala. I think that might be the last place that he goes.
Yeah, can't blame him since it's so nicely routable with EP.
Yeah.
Further, well, I don't think there's much locations left.
It's a quick check for him though. He might just want to go turn in that pendant before he commits to the Meyer area also.
Yeah, especially with the flute available, it's just so quick.
Starting to make things a little bit more interesting too is where's that other Turtle Rock small key hiding as well? It's got to be somewhere in the remaining available chest.
It could also be in the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, that's a perfectly fine spot for it. You can just ignore it
Just locking
forever.
itself there. If you do make the mistake of opening it, then, well, let's bail you out. Let's see where BT is going. I expect him to go down to Swamp Palace to get his Tower of Hera big key.
Yeah. I don't see them skipping left side by any means because I don't think they're going to find enough to keep them.
No, you don't want to skip left side in Keysanity. This race is going to be neck and neck.
Yeah, I think gamercal could have a little bit of an advantage just
Gamercal has a slight lead if you can go mode Meyer.
Exactly, yeah.
And BT, of course, having done Desert Palace, which turned out to be not required at all. Since we know Pedestal is dead and Landmolas had nothing. Small key to pot.
Oh, I guess there always is that second chest in Agate we haven't seen that could also be hiding in the Eastern Palace.
That would be a fancy one, especially since the only Castle Tower key we've seen was in pot, which I believe gamercal skipped.
Yeah, that could be something that really turns this race around. That would be a very unusual and trolly sequence for gamercal. I do think the odds are still best that it's hanging out here in Laser Bridge, though.
Yeah, of course, Trolley being the name of the game with Keysanity.
That's true. Alright, so.
To answer chat, yes, gamercal skipped chest in pod. It was the vanilla big key chest which held the Hyrule Castle Tower small key.
It's like Super Saiyan Mega Man. They do really good work on these sprites. These are just people in the community really just doing this just because they're awesome. It's really cool.
And And that's going to look amazing with this mirror shield and butter sword.
Yeah. Oh, gamercal, not like this.
And screen freezing right as we...
Was that a
Did-
crash?
Did his emulator just crash? Oh, that is so bad.
No, he has the big key to Eastern. That was a saving
Oh.
point from him.
Okay,
That was
so
the big key to
oh,
Eastern.
luck.
Chest. Yeah,
You
that
saw
got
his
me going a
screen
little
freeze
bit
and the save and quit. That was good for him. So I believe that's go mode.
Yeah, let's go for him. He has to turn in his flute, go mode Meyer and Eastern Palace, and then run through the gauntlet with, you know, butter
And
sword.
finish
Silver
Turtle
Arrow.
Rock.
No, he doesn't
I
have
think-
to finish.
I
Or
think
yes, he does.
miscounted. Did gamercal check Desert Palace?
Wait,
What it-
he did. He left Turtle Rock, didn't he? That's
He
not
left-
a pendant. Gamercal,
Did-
what are you doing?
Did he check his map after getting Desert Palace map?
Uh-oh.
Or that's a big time loss. That's about 5 to 6 minutes for most runners.
It's not quite that long, but yeah, that's about.
Yeah.
I would
Oh
say
right,
maybe
he's already
3
opened a lot
minutes
of chests right
that he
now.
gave away there, yeah.
Ooh. So this race just got a lot closer. BT
It's not as much of a time loss as it seems because he still has to go back up and climb the mountain anyway.
Yeah, of course. But to save a quit from the end of Turtle Rock when it's a crystal just seems, well...
Yeah, he lost all the time that, you know, takes from going inside the dungeon to that point. That's basically his time lost there.
Yeah, and if he doesn't know that Turtle Rock is a crystal, that would mean he'd probably do Desert after Meyer as well. Of course,
That's the intangible I'm a little worried about. Would be, yeah, if he opts to go ahead and just run in and clear out Desert, you're gonna, you know, lose an extra minute and a half there also.
Yeah.
So
though
that
of course,
could even race
right
up,
now
yeah.
being able to go mode Meyer, requiring absolutely nothing extra.
I think he's gonna go to Desert right after this, and it's gonna be a
I
very
think so
eye-opening
too.
moment for him.
And then just kick himself after he finds out TR is a crystal. Going to have to ask him about this after the race.
Yeah, I kind of wish we just had a mic on him just so we could listen to his reaction when he does it. If he does, you know, maybe he just brain
Well,
farted for a
This is
second.
still a PG stream, so I don't think we can do that to our racers.
That's true. So BT did find their way over to left side swamp, gets their Hera big key, so that'll be their next destination, which will lead them over to Turtle Rock.
Most likely, yes.
I would still say, even with that kind of unfortunate routing mistake from gamercal, gamercal I think still maybe has like a minute to 2 minute lead here. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm.
Not having to full clear Meyer is a lot faster than what BT did here.
Yeah, and I mean BT still has to literally kind of full clear everything on his way.
He still has to ascend a mountain at least twice, whereas gamercal just has one more ascent left.
Yes, yeah.
Because he has to pick up his Eastern Palace big key right at the end of Turtle Rock.
We'll see if he decides to finish it after that.
Let's hope he does. And I blinked and Vitrius was dead.
Yeah, that's what happens with silvers.
It's amazing they found the bow and silvers just that early in the seed. I believe most often bow is one of the trolliest items you can get.
Nice quick strats here on Argus. Kind of got bodied just a pinch there, but it was really close to a zero cycle.
Almost got the zero cycle, just too bad. Lost like 1 second there.
It's very difficult to pull off anyways.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright, so gamercal went and head right over to Eastern, which makes me believe that he realizes Desert is not what he needs to do.
I do believe he has the Desert Palace map, so he may have just checked before dipping in.
Okay, maybe that's what he had done. He had looked at his map real quick and was like, oh, I probably should have stayed in Turtle Rock. Actually, what was most likely, he was probably like us. He saw the ice rod and all the early stuff to Turtle Rock, and he was like, obviously a pendant.
This is a pendant. Let's dip out here when I get the EP Mickey. According to chat, gamercal checked DP map a long time ago. So maybe he just forgot.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of the new kind of dynamics to Keysanity. You know, gamercal, he's been in these tournaments for a while, longer than I've been in them, and it's a new mechanic. You know, it's not like open mode or standard mode where you have all that information available, so it's easy to forget and kind of lose track of those things.
Yeah, that's true. And of course, with open and standard mode having a fixed item count per dungeon, and here it's just the chests. That's the item count.
I think that's the best way to do it. I kind of like it. I don't have to count the items anymore. I just open chests.
That's true. Both have their pros and cons. Oh, but we're gamercal is in Gomond right now, heading up to TR and GT pretty soon. It's just 135 in, so it's a pretty nice seat here.
I mean, especially since he's God, he's almost cleared every single item in every dungeon. You know, he didn't
nearly full clearing here indeed.
Yeah. This is most likely going to end up an all dungeon seed for. I mean, it has to be because they have to get their Quake medallion for BT.
Yeah, and we find our lost Turtle Rock key in Eastern Palace. So the logic wants you to go into Turtle Rock,
Oh, okay.
get the Eastern Palace big key to get the lost small key.
Wait a minute, gamercal. You mean to tell me you fake flippered the hobo? You did the water walk to do Zora. You did the dark room to get your mirror early, but you're gonna follow Turtle Rock by the logic? I'm not quite following this here.
Here with BT finishing up Hera, probably heading up to Turtle Rock right now.
Oh, most definitely. Really one of the last places they have left to go.
And then we have gamercal also heading to Turtle Rock, but having the advantage of not having to go to Eastern Palace after.
Yeah, and also having the advantage of not having to open all these chests on the way either, which BT will most likely do.
Oh yeah, still
Oh,
getting
rock
bodied
block.
by a dead rock here. That's most hated enemies in the game.
You could take advantage of his newly found Quake and turn them into turnips and get rid of them, but that's kind of time consuming as well.
You could also powder them to just get rid of them as well.
Yeah, they both work.
So nearly getting synced up here, just one screen difference. Cal just beelining straight for Trinex here.
You might as well check the vanilla big key chest, gamercal. I mean, now's the best time. I don't know what you'd want in there, but
What could still be on there? There could be a bottle, I think.
yeah,
And that's all the useful items.
another heart container.
Another heart, of course, yeah. We missed a lot of those.
Maybe he wants to hold some more silver arrows. 19 is really not that many. BT will be just kind of trekking their way through this dungeon. Yeah, they'll check these two chests here. They'll, find the armory over in the right side of Turtle Rock, get their butter sword and mirror shield, and you'll probably see them, mirror check the big chest in Turtle Rock, and then go all the way to Laser Bridge, finish Turtle Rock. Then they have to go back down to Eastern Palace to come up the mountain and do Gan's Tower.
That's just unfortunate for them.
But yeah, gamercal sequence breaks, I think just kind of edged him out as far as overall efficiency, went in the route. Like, BT kind of had to really make some awkward back and forth trips because they didn't quite have the utility as early as gamercal did.
That's true. That early mirror, for example, was huge.
Mirror's a great item to have in the game. It's literally my favorite item, so...
Oh yeah, I love the mirror. I always get a bit sad when I get a mirrorless seed.
Yeah, they're not fun. You just route dead ends the whole entire seed. Mirror, you can kind of make things a little more seamless and have better flow. But you know, very good runners. I doubt we'll see, you know, too many missteps from their execution. But you know, the race still isn't exactly free left. Ganon can always pose some troubles. The gauntlet can be a little annoying.
Don't expect Red Mill Buttersword. I don't expect them to have trouble.
Yeah, there is one thing that, you know, a Red Mail, Buttersword, and Mirror Shield doesn't help you with on the Ganon fight, and that's falling down the hole.
Exactly.
There's no item that saves you from that.
He's getting a very clean Trinex fight on gamercal here, and he'll be heading down to Ganon's Tower right now. At 1 hour 40 minutes in.
And it's a pretty kind of blistering fast pace, granted all the stuff that you know, you had to do in the seed, but the seed was relatively nice, kind of giving them the ability to do things on their first trip around. That's really where Keysanity really starts to hurt you, when you have to, you know, double, triple, quadruple dip dungeons. It does happen.
Oh yeah. Just, I have to go in here again.
Yeah, really sitting on the driver's seat though here to move to 3-1 and, you know, keep his tournament life alive.
Just having to win one more match after this before the playoff for that last spot in the top 8.
Yeah.
This, of course, are 6 or 7 players who will be going 5-0 will move on, and then 1 or 2 from the, I think it's 32 to 33 players who will be in the playoff, who will all be going 4-1.
Yeah, it'll be a playoff with, you know, a bunch of people that are 4-1. You'll probably have some really big name racers in that race as well. And the only thing you have to do is, you know, at least get first, but maybe you can get away with getting second out of, you know, 33 people. That seems like a lot of fun.
It really depends on what the 4-0 people are doing in their last week.
Yeah, and that's going to be an insane race. I'm super looking forward to either playing it or commentating it.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's going to be fun. Cal is making short work of the gauntlet here with the Buttersword.
BT even took the expedited route here to get their Eastern Palace big key. Shockingly, they didn't save and quit out of the dungeon. They're actually just going to go and kill Trinex. Must have missed something there. Gamercal's rolling through the gauntlet here, though.
Yeah, it's too bad for BT that he still has to go down and go to Eastern Palace. So I wonder if he's feeling behind, since it's only 1 hour and 42 minutes in and he's hitting go mode. And he followed the logic perfectly. Almost perfectly.
I know that there's going to be a couple of interesting things that they probably wish they would have done a little bit better, like, you know, checking King's Tomb before they went over to Skull Woods, and there's like those weird little kind of cleanup areas where I didn't quite do this area a little effectively. I know sometimes as a racer, you just assume that when you play your opponent, they do everything perfectly. So
yeah, of course. I wonder if gamercal is feeling behind right now. Because when you get into GT and you haven't seen a dud done yet, that's when the adrenaline starts bumping.
I mean, he knows that he gave up some time leaving Turtle Rock the way that he did, and he's really hoping that that didn't cost him the race, and luckily for him, it most likely didn't with how this is shaping up right now.
Yeah, indeed, with BT still having to do Eastern Palace and Cal just obliterating the gauntlet here.
Yeah, he's just 3 rooms away from Moldorm too. Doesn't have to
course.
touch anything. He's got, I think, 4 keys is probably enough to get you through these 2 key doors. Not to mention the plethora of keys that are hiding under pots and under enemies in this dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. So should not have any problems closing this out. Getting that nice full magic restore, always under that pot.
And the best part about this too is he's not opening any chests. That's literally the best part of Ganon's Tower when you're in Go mode and Keysanity. Don't open any of them. It's the greatest feeling in the world. Thank you.
No chest opens in GT.
You don't get that opportunity very often. Take it while you can. It feels great.
Yeah, exactly. Just silvers, butter, red mail. What do you want from that? A heart maybe, but you have 13 hearts.
Well, he only has 4.5 right now, but I think...
He still has a red pot from pickup.
Does he have that red? I don't know if he does.
There were 2 pot drops, which were both red goo.
I thought one was green. Okay.
Yeah, the green was in the lumberjack cave.
Yeah, you're right about that. Okay, so he's got a red potion. He's fine. Don't listen to me.
And a solid Agar 2 fight. So now it's just the pig left.
Yeah,
Getting to use that
finishing up his Ganon fight when, you know, BT is almost
climbing that mountain.
Yeah, almost there. Of course, gamercal does have a rare opportunity here. He does have the Butter Sword, Silvers. He could get the legendary quad silver shot on Ganon on stream.
Ooh, that would be amazing to watch. Getting some very nice RNG as well. Just wailing on him.
Yeah. Take 2 minutes. What's it? 6 hits with a Butter Sword to knock him to the next cycle, but yeah, you might as well wail on him a little bit while you can. It feels good.
Exactly. Just using up a lot of magic. That half magic is also just giving plenty of safety here.
Oh yeah, he knows he doesn't need that much magic to kill Ganon. If anything, he needs to light the torches once or twice, if that. So he's got plenty of magic to do that.
Yeah, so I don't foresee any problems here.
T getting rock blocked again at the end. They're just not letting him finish. Oh, wow, he did get that hit off. That looked really close there. And he spawns at the bottom here, so this should be... Not even gotten a double.
And,
oh, he's done. All right, good.
And that's our Ganon fight.
Yeah, GG to gamercal. He cleans this one out.
Get your GGs for gamercal up in chat. Gamercal is just going to have to walk through that door.
Looks like he finishes with an official time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, 26 seconds, and we'll ask him if he wants to interview. He's usually pretty vocal at the end of his game, so I imagine he'll probably be in here.
And with his comment in the SRL chat, he's already telling us what we want to know about his Turtle Rock play. And right now we have BT entering Ganon's Tower, so he should be not too far behind. I expect him to also end this with a sub 2 hour time.
Oh yeah, definitely. So like, I think 6 minutes or so from, you know, the top of Ganon's Tower to kill the pig.
Yeah, probably. And we will have gamercal joining us here shortly, so we'll just wait for him to pop in here. BT having some trouble with these red mimics.
And by all means, too, both these runners, they had great races. Definitely throw them a follow. Like this at this point in the game, the competition is very fierce. I mean, it's not even like either one of them made really substantial mistakes, but just some,
Definitely.
optimized routing decisions here and there just kind of added up and gave gamercal, those couple of minutes he was looking for to kind of edge out this victory.
Definitely, we have so many great runners performing here, and just 8 spots in the finals.
Yeah, it seems like such a shame. There's so many good people, but only 8 people could make it to the finals.
Do see we have a gamercal here, so let's get him in here. Hello, gamercal. GG.
Hello. Oh my god.
Congrats on your win.
How close is this? Out of interest.
BT is right now ascending the gauntlet.
Yeah, he's about to be on Lambo too. We do have one question for you though. Not really sure. Your dot comment here says one massive brain fart. Outside of that, everything was flawless. What was your one massive brain fart? We don't quite know.
Gee, I wonder what it could be. I honestly thought it was a pendant. I don't know why, because I just got the other pendant from Arahara, so I should have cleared it, but I kept going through that. It was like, this is a pendant, right? So why am I doing this? This is a mistake. This is like gonna throw the match, right? And then I got the Easter Big Key and was like, that's all I needed, I'm in go mode, let's go! And then when I got through Maya, I was like, wait a minute, that's only the 5th crystal. Oh, I'm stupid! I was like, oh, if that cost me this match, I'm gonna be so upset with myself.
We figured it was something like that.
Yeah. I mean, you could see it because I immediately save quit at that. It wasn't even chat in the menu, it was like, that was all I was looking for. I'm gone, that's it.
Oh. All the TR items being that early, of course you expected it to be a pendant.
That's what we were saying, yeah. Kind of a little worried you might just go head off and finish Desert, and that was going to be your realization of like, that's a pendant too, interesting.
No, I'd remembered that Desert was red, and that's what I really just, like, it was tunnel visioned at the time, but I remembered checking the map earlier and Desert was red, so that's why I didn't go back and kill Landmo at any point. Because I could have done that after Bomber's tablet, but I checked it then, and it was red pendant, so I was like, nah, let's go elsewhere.
And of course the big difference between you and BT is you sequence broke a lot early, which paid off really well.
Yeah, I have a habit of doing that, don't I?
But that mirror was amazing for you.
Yeah, I was worried about the boots in escape at that point, because I was thinking, oh, that's going to be like one of the first places he goes, and uh-oh. Given somebody this good boots ahead of me, like 10 minutes ahead, I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good. Yeah. But having the mirror was a big edge, though.
Yeah, he got them ahead, but he didn't touch Death Mountain until he got the lamp, which was just kind of way too long as far as sequencing the seed.
Which was a sea house.
Yes.
BT was following the logic really well this seed, and it did not favor getting an early mirror.
Yeah, because that mirror let me do front of escape, then I could do the dark room, then I could mirror back and get into the castle tower to get the first chest too, which was the first sword. So that was really good.
Yeah, I think that was his 3rd sword.
I wouldn't be surprised given
so
the
yeah,
way
that's how
this
the seed went, yeah.
Another sword in Hype Cave and one in Desert Palace Big Chest.
Yeah, which I also almost forgot because I was thinking... I looked at my menu, I was going, oh, I really wanted to do this, but I don't have a fire sorcerer. So then I was going towards the game, I was like, wait, no, oh, come on.
Luckily we're still right there, so it wasn't too big of a time loss.
Yeah, and with boots as well, it's not that bad.
Oh yeah. Right now if BT starting on his Ganon fight.
Other than that, this was the cleanest Keysanity I have ever seen. Like, I don't get open seeds that are that clean in terms of running around the Dark World. I did one gigantic loop for the entire thing, and it worked out so well. I absolutely stunned that Keysanity could produce a seed like that, to be honest.
One of the rare, not very trolly seeds in here.
Yeah, it let you be really efficient and kind of clear out areas, your first attempt there, instead of make you kind of do the back and forth thing. I guess, even how you sequenced the flute kind of worked out for you because you were able to do Swamp first. He had found his flute before he went over to Skull Woods.
Ah, okay. Yep.
And he got the full clear on Myers, so that kind of pushed him back just a pinch as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the powder was there, so we went to Batman as well.
Oh, okay. If I hadn't have found... so if I hadn't found the Eastern Big Key in Turtle Rock, I'd have at least beat the dungeon, so it'd have been that. But if I hadn't have found it there, I probably would have done Fate Powder before turning Mushroom and maybe up to Maya, because that would have basically covered the last possible overworld that I had to do. So...
The one chest you skipped, or you didn't have enough keys for in Pod, was a Castle Tower small key.
Oh, okay.
We were worried for you that it might have been required.
That could have been bad. Yeah, but I had to take a choice, and it was a crystal, so I was like, well, worst comes to worst, I have to come back to this, but ideally I can just get the crystal now. I get everything except one item, and that's usually good enough. So...
Right now is BT also finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 55 minutes and 9 seconds. So GG to BT as well.
Yeah, definitely. That's still absolutely fantastic. Any sub-2 timing Keysanity is amazing. And,
Sub-2 in Keysanity is amazing.
Yeah.
He killed all the bosses too.
He did Landmos.
That's funny because last week I did Landmo, and that's what won me the match, because it was Green Pendant at the time, and Landmo had a required item. I forget which one it was. Mushroom, I think, into Ice Rod, I think is what it was, to finish up Team
That's
Rock.
horrible.
And that's what basically won me last week. And this week I didn't do Landmo, and it didn't bite me, so whatever, you know.
So next week Landmo is going to bite you.
Probably. Because it's due, right?
So you're at 3-1 right now.
Yes.
One more week to go before the big playoffs. How do you feel about your chances to get in there?
Honestly, like, I didn't necessarily expect to win this one. I know BT's newer to the randomizer, but I know his pedigree at NMG, and I'm like, there is no way I can outmatch that. So, like, if I can win a match like this, it's really good. I feel like, just about take on anyone with that. If a scene like this comes up that works with this well, who knows?
Of course, there's always a bit of luck involved in having the items in the perfect locations for you.
Oh yeah, there is. But
yeah, just a tiny bit of luck and sanity. Your routing was really solid to see, though. Like, it was fun to watch.
Sure.
It was an amazing scene to watch. Just no troll. That still surprises me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a couple of items that could be quite nasty. That flute in particular.
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
there wasn't anything that was that bad, and it just lent itself so well to that counterclockwise sort of setup. Yeah, absolutely incredible the way that worked out.
You have just 153 locations checked, which is very low for a Keysanity especially.
It really is, considering I only had 2 spots left to do as well. That is really low. Like Magic Bat was the there was something around there I think I would have still had to check, but maybe not. Oh, the mushroom, of course. Yeah.
Oh right.
The associated item. Yeah, so that was pretty much all the overworld I had left to do. So there was that, there was the one chest in Palace of Darkness, and then Misery Mire, really.
Oh, yeah. And of course, Aga Tower second chest.
Yeah, I suppose that, that does technically go in overworld. Did you check Sahashala at all, actually?
And I don't think either of you did.
Okay.
No, you just went there straight with the EP Big Key. Both of you did that.
The Swamp Palace small key then kind of led you to do Hera, and then at that point you were in item go mode, so none of you really had that chance to go over and turn in the Green Pendant.
Because you don't want to waste that time, even when just going to EP.
No, not at all. It's. I'm just happy my gameplay held out this seed as well. You know, for as good as the running was, I felt like I played really well. Minus a couple of nervous things at the start, but yeah, I was so worried at the start though when the no bombs, no money going into Kakariko. I was like, oh no, this is like the one time this has happened in this reading. I was like, oh no, that is not how I want to start this, but bailed out with a 300. And if I went the well first, I'd had bombs in there, so you know.
Or if you just did Link's house first, that had the 300 in it too.
Yeah, that maybe is something I've seen. It was DT does that, where he does Link's house, then save quits to the sanctuary and goes from there. Maybe that's something I can do. Oh, does seem pretty reasonable, but.
Surprised you don't do the Houlihan. I think I had watched one of your vids to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth on that at the moment, because the Houlihan is great, but it's good and consistent, but it does take like a set sort of time at the start that I could go elsewhere. And with the bush crab plus the 2 poultries and then the drops you get from the buzzwobs, you usually get enough to do Kakariko. That this is only the second time in about 16 or 17 seeds I've been doing this with that has actually not worked out quite as well. So it's like it is a bit more playing the odds rather than going for the absolute consistency, but that sort of 40-50 second save is tempting, to say the least. And when I'm probably going to be pulling the trees and stuff anyway, you know, just for the information. Like if I can get full magic out of tier or something, that might be useful for, you know, getting into Dark World later. You can pull the statue at the bottom of the pyramid.
Definitely. I'd both, yeah. They definitely both have, you know, their pros and cons, so to speak. You kind of saw the unlucky version when it's like, alright, all I got was like hearts from everything. I got nothing.
Yeah. This was the first time in a while, actually, on the subject of hearts, where I've gone up Death Mountain with only 3 hearts. That was interesting.
Yeah,
Not quite what I expected.
Yeah.
Oh, but you pulled through in the end. I believe you were Deathless?
I did, yeah, because I didn't even have to Death Warp anywhere, so... Because that mirror really saved that, yeah.
Yeah, impressive run to watch.
Yo, I was so ready to do Ice Palace with just to fight the sword and stuff as well then, before the other stuff showed up. That's what, if I went up to Death Mountain specifically to get the bomb burst so that I could maybe look at doing Ice Palace later. Of course the hammer showed up there as well, so it was like, well,
you lucked out there.
Yeah, a little bit, but, you know. Which is the way. You win ones like this, and you lose ones the same sort of way, and you go, well, how did that happen? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
all you can do is just watch back the VOD and be like, oh.
So, yeah, definitely happy with this one.
BT having collected only 10 items more than you did as well. Very nice.
Yeah, that's still pretty good, considering, like, 7 of those would be from Misery Maya, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, pretty good.
Alright, well, GG's, man. We definitely look forward to seeing you next week.
Yeah, I think this still continues the trend of every week so far. The seed has gotten faster for me because last week was a 148 something, so it's about 40-50 seconds faster. So it still counts. So we'll see if that somehow happens again next week. That'd be fantastic. I don't expect it.
So next week the 130?
No,
that would be glorious.
We'll set the record in the finals, right?
If it keeps going this way, yeah.
45-minute Keysanity, Steve.
Jesus, how would that even work?
I mean, if you got all the keys you needed and all the items right in Kakariko, I could see it being possible, right?
Just,
You don't have to open anything.
just straight up into swords and bow, keys.
You'll just have to do the whole seed with 3 hearts, but we'll give you everything you need. I'd be for it.
You know what? I would take that challenge.
So
You
would I.
really would give me that. I would take that challenge. I could play a bit more carefully than I do
Yeah.
with it. So.
No left side swamp? Alright, I'm for it.
Well, unless you have something else to say to our viewers, I think that's it for us.
Stay tuned for next week because it's gonna be a good one. Everybody that's giving it 3-1 is absolutely amazing. So no matter who I get, it's gonna be another good match like this. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to
think
check
we're
in
gonna
on
have
you.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, today we have a lot more rando for you, so you can stay tuned here. We have right now going on ALTTPR 1 a match, and at 6 we have a quad on ALTTPR 2. At 7 we have 5 races, of which 1 is going 3-0. At 8 we have an additional 5 races. At 9, 3 races. 9:30 we have 2 more races, and at 10 we finish up with a quad, of which 1 is going 3-0, and our very own tracker Walter IV will be playing in that one.
I'm rooting for Walter, dude. That guy is on the money, man.
If he
kept me
plays like he tracked
straight.
today, he's going to win that with the 45-minute seat.
I think so, man. He kept us in line. Yeah, there's a ton of rando today. Anybody, you got plans or anything? Cancel them. We got races to watch, all week, so.
And if you're in Europe like me, you don't need sleep. Just watch rando.
Nah, who needs sleep anyway?
But yeah, GG, I guess be calling it and heading out here. But yeah, again, definitely follow the runners, gamercal and BT, and definitely follow like the world's greatest tracker, Walter, for just being awesome the whole entire seed. But yeah, thanks again for the great runs, guys.
And good luck next week.
Thank you. Thank you for the commentary as well. I'm definitely going to watch this one back because I want to see what was done differently here as well. Because, again, I know how good my opponent is with execution in this, so I just want to see how things were done differently with it. And yeah, a lot of fun with that. So, yeah.
Well, GG again, and with that, we're going to leave you guys. Enjoy the rest of the day of rando.
GG, guys. Have a good night.